Alright, what's up? What's up? Oop, we're out the gate. Just want to apologize a little bit. Past what, 4 days we haven't really been live, something like that. It's been a minute. It's been rough. Life. We back in the gym. I'm just wore the fuck out. To be honest, I don't even want to be straining right now. Just I've been sitting here since I got back from the gym with YouTube going and playing a fucking phone game. I'm like, I gotta get my shit together. Like we gotta go. We gotta go live. Oh, change his battery. Been going pretty hard. 2 weeks in, 9 pounds down. So we're getting there. Not lifting as hard as I normally do because I'm just getting back at it. So I'm trying to make sure the tendons warm up pretty good. I've been missing this game. I need to play this. I need to play RuneScape. If I'm not mistaken, we just had 2 other fucking games drop. And this bitch is on sale. Fuck me. Should we just in New World and go play this real quick? PAX Day also released. But they're having a shit ton of problems right now. So I don't think I want to play that. New World. You want New World on roofs? What is Thronefall here? Yeah. Yeah, his first dwarf was made by, what was it, one person? Two? Just to show? Oh, monsters attacking his home. Okay. Repair that shit. There's some kind of farm. But this is a game we're going to be playing soon. I guess not today. Bruce wants New World. Just showing it, just released. It was on that little kind of game show we watched with Asmongold. Play solo, play with friends. Say it. Yeah. Wait, your friend was a little dragon? So he's not another dwarf? That seems odd. It does seem interesting, so I'm gonna play it, just not today. Like I said, we also have PAX Day on the note. Supposed to be real cool. It shouldn't be split screen. I mean, who plays split screen anymore? It's probably just showing you your friend and shit. Oh, we even had the sound on. But I'm really interested in games like this. Just this game has a few downfall. Well, one really downfall for me. Supposedly they say you can like do nothing by yourself, or nothing with 3 or 4 people. That you need like 20 people, and I fucking hate that. Like, who the fuck's always got 20 people to go play with? I don't know if it was adjusted since beta or what. It is early access, so I've been hearing a lot of bullshit about it right now, just like normal games. That, oh, there's wait times of like 5 hours, there's crashes, tons of rubber banding. Boxes and shit are outside. I mean, whoever this is streaming, building. So I don't know.
This is where we belong.
Just like you looking at this guy's shit, I imagine he's got 40, 50 people. According to videos I watched, just to build this one square would take a couple hours.
To be discovered.
And that's just insane.
Its ancient secrets further we journey.
So, like I said, it's hard mixed reviews right now, but it also just released. Refund. Should have been released early access. That's most games. Not worth. He says more of a pre-alpha. Subscription. What they're trying to do is subscription. Not a survival game. Survival elements. You have to spend real money on plots of land? What the fuck? This is the best comment ever. I love it. I love it. It reminds me of Ark Survival. I do want to play it. I just don't think I have the money right now to throw $40 at a game that is kind of iffy, and they say you need to spend real money on plots of land. So wherever his house at cost him real money. Okay, sorry about that. We like to go over shit. I like to kind of go over, hey, because I like playing different games. Everybody knows this. I got so many fucking games I'll play. Yes, I know it hurts my stream. I know some of y'all will leave until I play another game y'all like. I understand it. I don't hate y'all for it. It is what it is. I just like playing a lot of different games. I have yet to find that one game that pulls me in and I'll play it for just a year longer straight. And not even care to play anything else. Like I like Smite. I can't play it all day, every day. I like RuneScape. I can play it every day for a few days, like a couple weeks, and I need a break, and come back a few weeks, or play it every other day. But I still can't just play it nonstop. You know, like I like that switch up. Oh, fuck. And I really think I'm going to change my axe moves here. I've been thinking about it hard. What's cool? I think Lou, what's up? What's up? Any interest in the new games, Lou? I'm interested. I really don't have money right now. I'm just curious who's gonna be playing. We got First Dwarf. Oh, happy birthday, yo fuck. Oh, that time of the year you finally get laid, huh? But just saying, these are two games we're looking at playing here soon. I don't know when I'll have the money. Maybe by the first. You know, you got your First Dwarf, which is an indie game. That was on Asmongold's little help indie gamers out deal. That won. And then PAX Day, that kind of MMO multiplayer survival type game, build houses, go fight shit, which y'all know I love that type of shit. Wasn't there one more? Oh, that's right, Lola. Loya. That's being made by one developer. So one person. So don't know how much longer we got on that. This is a cool game too. July 9th. So we got some games coming out that I want to play. But once again, with this shit, I'm thinking I want to switch this to this. And I want to go here, here, and now we got the main moves. Right. Ooh. Okay. All right. All right. I think I want to go get some iron first. So I kind of want to go out this door. That's why I was here. Hey, it's all about if that's what you like to do, Lou. That's what you like to do, fucking bust it out. Oh shit. Oh, I should have known. Got your ass. I feel like the sword, the big ass sword has a better combos, but I like axes. I need that. I need this shit. Not so much that other stuff. Hey, that's what's up. See, I wish I could be like you and just play one motherfucking game all day, every day, but the hell, today alone, there's 2 games that came out that I want to play. I need to cut hard left, I think. Yeah, I want to level this axe up. Final Fantasy. I ain't played that shit in a minute. It's like I almost just forgot about it. Yeah, can now be tracked. That's what's up. Wants me to go to Everfall. That's over there. That's it. I'm gonna do one good run of this. We're gonna go do quests and see if we can't get to the new area. And that's where I want to. The Everfall, I think, is where I want to possibly get a house. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, you missed, bitch. I'm not seeing nothing else here. Let's go. I think we need to go up there. Don't fuck with the hatchet, bro. Hatchet is awesome. Oh shit. Look at all this iron right here. Hold up. There we go. Didn't mean to hit it. Wonder how much iron I got. Well, this might be enough for now. I don't think I should focus on nothing too much more because we're leveling pretty fast. So that's right, get wrecked. What do you think of my barbarian, Lou? We're all about axes. Small axe, one-handed axe, or hatchet. And fucking big. Uh-huh. Get some. You figure out how it works? Come on, lock on. Right in the face. That's what I wanted. Oh, we can level up both sides? What? I'm thinking, what if I get like this, and then these two, and then, yeah. But I'll still be able to throw. Yeah, they charging real money for a place to build a house. It's kind of funky. What? They want me to do? Number 2, visit Monarch Bluffs project. So they want you to pay per year, is what it sounds like to me.
Ever wonder why they say knight in shining armor? They could have said knight in broken.
Pay per year. Just have a spot you can build.
Welcome to the Regent's Rise. Sleep here and wake up feeling like a king. You here to check in? Be my guest.
Where the fuck is this project board? What is this? Okay, I haven't been there yet. We're going. Once I figure out how to put up my stuff. On my way. That's what I'm looking at. 'Cause I love to be able to have a ranged weapon. You know what I'm saying? You want some kind of fucking range. Oh shit. I thought I locked on. But I don't think I need this throw and this throw. You know? I like having my regular throw and maybe the poison throw. What? I don't know why this big axe seems weird. This is my whole deal. I want to run axes, but I know you want some kind of range. And that's the idea with me throwing a hatchet. But you can't lie, this hatchet's a badass. This where I'm going? This where I'm going. Motherfucker blocking my shit. Oh shit. Oh, here wasting abilities. Bitch. Is that the fast travel? I wish I could dual wield my hatchet or have like a shield in the hatchet. Then I'd be cool. This iron? What is this? Oh, there's more iron right behind me. This big boy. Oh, Lou, you still in here? I got something for Lou. I couldn't find you in my Discord. Oh, I'm gonna blow this up. Come on, click on camera. Look at that juicy ass chicken breast. Ooh. I did I've been doing the thighs. Thighs work great, like 2 to 4 thighs at one time. Did a chicken breast. And my air fryer's got a button that says drumstick. I don't even know the temp of time. It's almost like 20 minutes. I just click it. I was like, you know what? Thighs. I just click it, let it go. Perfect. The chicken breast, I just seasoned it, threw it in there. No. A little bit of oil on my hand and rubbed it on the chicken breast. Then seasoned it and just threw it in there. Hit the drumstick button. It beat. I took it out, let it sit. And I was nervous. I was like, let's stick my thermometer in there. It said 170. So it's a little overcooked. I think 160 is the temp. But it may be dry. Oh, well, at least it's cooked, right? I go to cut it and juice is just squirting everywhere. I'm like, motherfuck. Like, I'm about to leave my review on that air fryer. Remember, this is a $300 air fryer I got for like 40 bucks. But they also, there's a new company. And then I also got a thing in the mail, which I'm going to take a picture of for the review. It says if I give it a 5-star review, I'll get a $50 Amazon gift card. But I actually love the air fryer. But I'm going to take a picture of that gift card thing. Like, look, this is my experience. But some people might lie. I don't make that good of money either. Remember, we sat here for a while trying to figure out which one I wanted, remember? And then we seen that one, it was on sale. You tell me your air fryer costs more than $45? I think it was 45, right? I know it was a hell of a sale. Yeah, 6-quart air fryer. You order details. Oh, 80 bucks. My bad. It was 80. Let's look. Original price, $230. Okay. I know what this actually does. I need greenwood and flint now. Ooh, look at that fishing bait. I don't even know how much I needed. But I don't see any fucking flint. Looks like there was flint. People picked it up. Alright, I think I'm good on greenwood. Do I have enough flint? I seen everybody else here. All right, I don't know what's about to happen, but
Good of you to join us, my va. Before you do anything else, you must build yourself a campsite. It's the wise move when we're this far. The Night Regent seems to think very highly of you. As do I. You have the makings of a great knight.
I just made a camp. You telling me I need to make another camp because I made a camp before you told me to make a camp? I just got a message. Then my buddy wants me to play Smite, but we just started streaming, so.
Ah, you're back indeed. You two. Oh, that's a grand.
Ooh, I'm gonna get a new
Loading
axe.
cargo using the smaller rowboats. If you can destroy the anchors and set the boats adrift, that
What
will
is this?
slow them down. I'll stay and keep an eye out for their
Epic.
leader.
What? I need to be level 16. I need to be level 16, motherfucker. What is this?
Right. What a good way to turn the barrels on them. Sneak up on the pirates, light their barrels, and then boom!
Looking for... Yeah, there's some iron right here somewhere. There it is. That was the one I was just on. Can I hit you? I'm over here hitting wrong buttons. Oh shit. Look how much better this hatchet is, bro. Fucking hatchet be tearing motherfuckers up. Oh shit. Maybe I could. Maybe I should have left it on the other thing with the whirlwind. And I could have used this bitch as an AoE weapon. And the other one as a single target. That might be cool, huh? We got ideas. Let's see. Kind of a bad spot to be trying to adjust shit. See, I know I need this. Then I want those. Let's see. Why did that not go up? There. And then on the next one, I'm back over there. I'm thinking something. I won't have no block though. A boat just came in this motherfucker. That was a complete fuck up, but it worked. I still need to get in there. Who the fuck just shot me? No idea how y'all even got how I got y'all's attention. Aww. Why can I have 3? One-hander, two-hander, and then my bow.
Oh, bravo, my bold friend. Oh, she insisted she was here.
I've watched these, I'll tell you. But if you go in when you expect...
Wait! Servants is the spark of a knight in me. I have to train more, and fight more, and impress the regent. But you'll see, I'll become a knight soon. Then everyone will call me Sir Ash.
See, I like the sound of them. Oh, he's back at base. You want me to go back? All right. Oh, yeah, we got new equipment, huh? Oh, that's a weapon. Oh, yeah. We're just saying. Whatever. Oh. So pretty much going up in there. Okay. So I need to get up there. Go this way, then alright. Hey, you really blocked that whole thing? This place is weird. I just whooped your ass. Oh yeah, I have to survive. That's oh shit. Uh-huh. I go all the way back outside. I know I teleport to my camp. It's the horse. I can't tell you to my camp. It's a respawn. Oh, what am I doing? Fuck your block. What? Okay, that's just fucking stupid. Where'd it come running through? I was on. Oh, whoa. Maybe? Ah, that's how you do it. Man, he's on a swing again, you motherfucker. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be. There you go. Oh no, run! That's the iron. I don't pass up iron. Not me.
Well, now that's a right decent friend.
No surprise. I must keep vigil here. Ensure these scoundrels don't attempt any further incursions to the south. You must go alone and go quickly. Use the spirit shrine to return to Bridewin. It's a bit jarring, but
I don't want to use none of that stuff. I don't have enough. I'm going to start using it up. So we're going to run on foot. Don't mind me. I'm just looking around trying to. Well, I'm just running back. Grab some of this shit. No, didn't even do that. Oh, this is the wrong stuff I wanted. I need the other stuff. Ooh, yes. So I ain't gonna run out my. No, I ain't gonna run over there. It should be free, right? I can't fast travel back home? It still costs. Even though I'm at a fast travel point, It's still gonna cost to fast travel? It just I'm gonna recall the end. I think that's a long cooldown, but whatever. $15, not bad. All right, so I found myself turning in. That's a weird glitch. I don't know. There's none of these on the market, so 25. What if I try to like, I don't know, can I sell this shit anywhere else? Well, let's do just to see. It probably better just to break this shit down. It's probably a waste of money trying to sell shit.
Oh, yeah. I can feel the party coming on already. We got wine and honey cakes. It's gonna be a feast.
It's gonna be the face. All right. I can now, what is the button? I don't want to get rid of my Valhalla. I'm in Valhalla. Where is the bridge on? Yeah, yeah. Storage is way down there. No, there's one right there. Facing it. Facing out the roast to the right. You told me I connect better to the east. So I went east. And Valhalla. Who doesn't want to be a Viking? Let's go. So far, kind of enjoying the game. Some of it's a little confusing. I'm figuring out. I don't know if I could sell stuff to a regular vendor or if I have to put it on that trade market. I'm hoping my stuff sells because I'm broke. This is like an Eskimo. You're making my eyes hurt. They naked. And I was hoping to be like a Viking and do nothing but axes. I like axes. But I admit I am not liking this two-handed axes moveset. Well, maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll figure it out.
So please exercise discretion in speaking of these matters around town.
This hatch is just badass.
About the heir's return, I would not
Even as throwing it. If I could dual wield hatchet or have a hatchet and a sword, I'll be more willing to do like hatchet and bow. And then I was like, what if I just use the hatchet as my range weapon and then have the great axe? Now I'm thinking, okay, I can throw the hatchet but can't block. I'll have to dodge. If I can throw the hatchet, have my other abilities. Right? That might be cool. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go down now. I want that life steal. I'm trying to decide if I want to active throw or get this. I do want that. I was thinking go this because I can infect them with a disease and weaken, which would be cool. I want that right there. I was trying to keep it more of a Viking kind of deal. What? Upstairs? Why you gotta be upstairs and complicated?
Yours is a face I... Yes! Hello. Wish I had more time to talk.
Because it told me I should be over here.
Get to it.
What is that? It says 1 to 25, right? But yeah, I think I'm on my quest line. I want to get up there. I'm guessing those are side quests. And I need to just do more of these quests. Yeah, main story. Is that the no? That's other shit. Where the fuck is that? Oh, now I'm gonna try to focus on main. I think the game's gonna open a lot more up once I get to the other area.
Well, you presume much.
Can you look?
I simply wish to convey any pressing matters.
Level 1 to 25. That don't even seem right.
But know this. Prydwen will be united as never before to honor the royal.
Like, why would I go over there at level 1 if this is where the story quest kicks off? Is there a story quest over there? Like, how does this work? Could I just run to another area and start doing story quests? Like, can I go over there and do this same story quest but over there? Why is this confusing the shit out of me?
You follow quests, how you know which quests are important, which ones might not be, and what the difference between a main story quest is and a side story quest, and so on. There's 4 different types of quests in New World. If we press J right now, it's going to open up our journal, and we can see here we have main story quests, side story quests, faction missions, and town projects.
Everfall level 2.
Quests you can do in New World. The main story quest is one you should absolutely always be doing. You shouldn't necessarily ignore all of the side story and faction and town projects in order to do the main story, but you never want to forget about the main story quest, as it's going to give you more experience per quest than almost any other quest, as well as your Azoth staff and the upgrades to your Azoth staff, which are going to be very important as you progress through the game. There's a lot of content that you won't even be able to do without your Azoth staff. So very important to keep up with the main story. It's very easy to forget about it or to have it fall off of your pinned lists of quests up here in the top right. And then you ask yourself, hey, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know. I forgot. Well, don't worry. You can always come here and anything important. And finally, we have town projects. You can do town projects to help upgrade a town. This is a fantastic way to level up your character and to get reputation in that zone. Zone reputation is going to do a lot of things for you, but one of those things is it's going to unlock passives every time you in the game. But once you have your first quest, you can see here on the top of the screen, there's a compass that is pointing me in the direction of my quest. There's no mini-map in New World at the moment, so you'll be relying on your map, the full screen map, which you can open up and look at anytime you'd like. And here you can see the number 1.
So what do? Run straight over there?
Corresponds with the number 1.
How are you over there?
Tracked on the screen. And just the same, we have the number 1 inside of the compass at the top of the screen there. You'll use that and run towards it, and it's going to do a great job of leading you to that quest. Really try to get in the habit of glancing at your compass from time to time. Leveled. So what do you do with levels? What do they do for you? Every time you level, you're going to get attribute points right here under your character menu. The default key for this is K. You can open it up at any time and look at this screen. And you want to make sure that you spend your attribute points. Attribute points in this game are pretty huge, and when you're trying to decide what weapon combinations you want to use, you're only going to get points every time you level. So you have a very finite number of points to spend here. What you're basically going to want to do is choose weapons that scale off of the same stat, ideally. This will allow you to min-max. Now you can deviate from this, and you can go strength and dex or strength and int, but just recognize it's going to be harder to get both of those weapons to perform really well because one is scaling off of
pisses me off. Fishing's on focus.
The more points we put into strength, the more damage all of these weapons up here will do. So if we can pick 2 weapons that scale off of strength, that means we can pump strength and we'll be increasing the damage of both of our weapons.
That's what I pretty much got right now.
That you're going to want to be aware of, regardless of which build you choose, is Constitution. This is your health. You put points into Constitution, passives. If we hover over this one, it says when I get 50 points into strength, we're going to get 5% damage to my melee weapon, light attacks, and 10% mining speed. You can see already that strength has a correlation to mining. Multiple nodes in this path are going to give us buffs to mining, whether it's going to be making us mine faster or absolutely, right? Because our health consumables are 20% stronger. That means when you chug a potion, you're going to get quite impactful. What else do you get for leveling up? Well, besides your attributes, you're also in your inventory yet. Now that you've got your attribute points and your weapons,
my bad, y'all. I'm new to the game. I'm trying to learn.
Weapons that are scaling off of the same stat, or maybe you decided to go hybrid and you've got 2 that are on different stats. That's where we're going to look at our weapon mastery page right here. This is going to show you what level your weapon is and what 3 abilities you have slotted from that weapon. You can only slot 3 abilities per weapon. If you click on one of these lines, you can see how they have skills that you can unlock. The skills are the square abilities here. And then you've got passives, those the Mighty Gabble ability, and then this passive is directly attributed to this ability. Whereas I could go into this passive the next time I get it have attached to those skills and to that weapon. The New World does have the Holy Trinity in PvE. You've got tanks, healers, and damage dealers. The tanks are going to want to use any weapon that has taunts. For instance, if we hover over Shield Bash, it says deals damage to your foes. It also says that if you have damage of both of your weapons, ideally. Okay, now I'm going to let my character die, and we're going to show you what happens when you die in a New World. You're going to be presented with this screen right here where you're allowed to give up. If the enemy doesn't finish you off, someone can come by and res you. Your character will sit there with his hand in the air, pleading for someone to res. And you have quite a while for someone to do that. So if somebody's nearby, it's worth sitting there. It's worth waiting and seeing what happens. Maybe someone's going to come by. Maybe they'll pick you up. If nobody does, then you'll be sent to this screen where you'll get to choose your list of places you can resurrect. It's usually going to be a nearby town, or if you've set a camp up, the camp that's nearby. You can only resurrect the camps if they're within 500 meters, I believe. So they have to be relatively close. Otherwise, every piece of gear that I'm wearing took some durability loss, but not just that. In New World, every piece of gear that you're carrying also takes durability loss. And we've got the Azoth down here. The gold you're going to get in a lot of ways by doing any of the 4 types of quests in the game, by killing enemies.
I think I can just run right over.
Right, all of these things are going to give you gold. You can also earn gold by crafting things or finding things and then selling them at a trading post. We'll get more into that later. The repair kits we've pretty well covered here. There is a cap on gold of 500 to gathering. Speaking of gathering, let's look at how gathering works in New World. In New World, there are a lot of gathering abilities. So here we have all of the gathering levels that I've got here. Logging, mining, fishing, harvesting, and tracking and skinning, right? So we've got 5 versions of gathering. We chop down trees, we mine ore with a pickaxe, right? We fish with a fishing pole, we harvest, and we track or bring a real tank. That's going to help a lot too. You'll also notice that each zone tells you what level range it is. This one's 58 to 60 plus, right? Whereas this one here is 1 to 25. It says it there in small little letters. If I zoom in anymore, it disappears. So I don't know how well you can see it, but when you're looking at your own map, you'll undoubtedly be able to read that. 26 to 35 down here, 1 to 25. It's a good way to know which zones are viable for you to go do quests in at the moment. If you do decide to go into one of these forts, you can capture it. You can stand on the flag there and you can capture it. And it's going to give your faction certain buffs while they're in that zone. You can see, if you hover over a fort, it's going to tell you what the buffs are. You get additional influence, you get experience 5% increase, and you can gather 10% more materials at a time. If we hover over a different one, there might be a different set of buffs, right? Let's talk about one of the most important things here though, the fast travel shrines. And let's talk about fast travel as a whole. Traveling around the world in New World is a task in itself. Whenever you have to travel from one side of Eternum to the other, it's going to probably take you a while. It's a journey that you don't take lightly. It's going to cost you quite a bit of Azoth. Right? It tells me there if I hover over the shrine to teleport here, it would cost me 105 Azoth. Now, if I click on this, right, and I hover over the cost area here, it's going to tell me where that cost is derived. The base cost for the travel is 50. The distance cost, you know, how far it is from where I am right now, is 15. And then the encumbrance, if I want a DPS, or I can stay in heavy if I want to be able to tank, right? And medium somewhere in between. You've got your encumbrance score at the top here, which tells you.
I think I want medium / heavy.
Are encumbered. If you ever become over encumbered,
That's not what I clicked on.
you're capable of carrying. Your character moves slower, and he can't use abilities, and he can't tell. Careful of that. My camp is tier 3. You'll get a tier 1 camp to start, and then you'll be able to upgrade it through some quests. All right, the next piece of advice I'm going to tell you is to pick up the stuff that you can grab in town for free. So sometimes
what free?
Honey in town for free. You'll see like a little
I've been grabbing that.
bee nest in town. You'll be able to walk up to that, grab your honey, like this one right here. Take honey. I highly recommend you do this every time it lets you. So if you're in town and you can take honey, grab it. It's great for crafting. If your faction owns the town, you can come
we're about to run over here.
Materials within. My faction does not own this town, so I can't. I can just look at it with envy. Damn it. Same thing with a well, or if there's a cow in the town, be sure to grab the milk, be sure to grab the water, and then just go and toss all these ingredients back inside of your shed. It's totally worth doing. You're going to be using tons of all of these things to make some nice items in the game. Some nice food, some nice potions, that sort of thing. Okay, now let's take a look at the UI in the game. This is one of the most
Hey, Roos, are you still in here?
amazing UIs I've had in any MMO that I've ever played. Maybe the best MMO UI that I've ever experienced. If you press tab, you know, you can see your inventory, and we've pretty much gone over everything in here. You've got your repair, you can browse skins, you can see how heavy your armor is, what weight you're at, and how close you are to the next one, right? 23 would have been the weight limit for being then a ring, and then finally a earring. All right, now let's talk about storage. You have a storage shed that looks like this, right? And it's in every zone. And you can throw tons of stuff in here. You can throw everything that you find in here, but the storage shed has a encumbrance capacity just like you do. So you can only throw so much stuff in here. It's a finite number of things that you can carry in your shed at any moment. Now, each town has its own shed with its own encumbrance. So you can fill this shed up in this town, and then you can go to the next town and start filling that one up. However, if your faction doesn't own both towns, you won't be able to access the items in the other shed without going to that town and grabbing them, or just crafting whatever you need to craft while you're in that town. So when I'm crafting in this town that this shed is in, the crafting station has access to everything in the shed. I don't have to pull it out, put it into my inventory, and then run to the crafting station. I can just go straight to the crafting station, and if the materials are in my shed, I will be able to craft the item. That's very handy. And if the materials are in another shed that my faction owns, I'll be able to craft from the items in that one as well. It's a massive quality of life improvement to be in a faction that owns multiple zones that are connected and giving you access to your sheds. Now, your shed does have a finite amount of encumbrance that it can carry, but you can upgrade this. Now, how do you upgrade it? Well, every time you do something in a zone, literally anytime you do anything in a zone, I mean, if you're harvesting materials or resources, if you're doing a quest, if you're doing a board daily from that zone, you're going to get a reputation in that zone. And you'll be able to click on this territory standing here. And this tells you you're standing in every territory. And every so often, you're going to level in the zone that you're questing or killing things in, right? And it'll give you options like, do you want to increase the amount of XP you earn in this zone? Do you want to increase the amount of faction standing you earn? Do you want to increase how fast you mine resources, right? It'll ask you a few options. And sometimes one of the options will be, do you want to increase your shed storage space? And
how do we see the colors?
Always pick it. Always pick it.
This area is green.
Because storage is going to become such a problem so fast for you. You're going to have so many things.
Purple,
and
purple.
Sometimes you don't want to take it to the next town, or, you know, because it costs so much to teleport
Purple.
there. And you're going to want to load your shed up with as much stuff as possible so that you can craft from that shed in that zone without having to run to the next shed in the next zone, right? So you want your shed as big and beefy as possible.
It's a lot of
as much
purple.
as possible. So anytime you level up, you're standing in a zone and it says, do you want to upgrade your shed? I highly recommend upgrading your shed, okay? Beyond that, I like to choose territory standing.
Let me just
Level it
run.
up a few times so that
I'm
you're
running.
getting more levels of everything faster.
I don't know if this is right.
I'm leveling
The
my
game
shed.
told me to go over. I'm going over there right now.
Choose from, aka the more passives I get to unlock faster. So
I'm guessing the store you can do anywhere.
standing cards so that you're leveling up your territory standing faster, and then that will let you get more of the other cards sooner. Now these cards do have diminishing returns, so after you've put enough points into one, it's probably going to be worth it to dip into something else, because you're going to get a lot for 1 point compared to what you're getting for 1 point of your 10th point into the other category. The diminishing returns kind of encourage you to start spreading it around at least a little bit down the road. So if you've already put some of your points into the quote-unquote wrong categories, maybe you put some into something other than was advised here in this video, that's okay. You've just preemptively started the process of spreading things around because of the diminishing returns you're going to encounter later, right? You didn't break your character or your account, you're fine. If you ever want to see all of the passives you've
The
unlocked,
follow the main road.
click on your territory standings and then click, let's say, Brightwood. We can see here I've increased my storage by 125. My standing
Can't grab anything either.
20% faster almost, right? I've acquired the ability to own a home here, and I can gather 5% faster. I do a lot of gathering, and I'm pretty satisfied with my standing gain. I'm mostly probably going to be choosing between gathering and storage moving forward, and maybe some XP gain as well. Okay, now let's say you don't want to craft something, or you don't have the ability to craft something, or you just need something, right? You need it, and you need it now, and you don't want to wait, and you kind of need it in a hurry, right? So that's where the trading post comes in. All right, now let's talk about the trading post. Okay, so if you come up to the trading post, you can search for items that you want to buy or items that you want to sell. If you want to buy an item, let's say I wanted to buy some fiber to craft maybe another bag or something, right? So fiber, we search for it, and it says 71 cents per fiber. They have 1,300 fibers available. Now that's just this zone. On this drop-down menu, I could choose to search all zones. Boom. Now we're at 49 cents per fiber, simply by checking all the zones, right? So this allows you to check more than just the zone you're in. Now,
Okay.
if you check all zones, you're going to have to travel to the zone where that fiber is. So this fiber is located in Winsford. So I'd have to travel to Winsford to buy this, which may or may not be worth the savings for me, depending on how many I'm going to buy and how much Azoth I have to burn, or how much time I want to spend running back and forth between two towns. So there's a trade-off there for you to make, but it's really important
Why?
to know. It's really important.
Why is my camp
You
red?
could possibly get something for half or a third of the price that you would have to pay for in the zone that you're in. So don't forget to check other zones before you buy something. And same thing for selling. If you go to list something for sale, maybe you check to see how much other people are buying that for. Maybe go to the zone where it's the most expensive and sell it there, and see if people—
Damn, look at the iron.
It is worth noting though that if you list
It's a big
for
cut.
sale,
Got it
let's say
right.
we list this item for
Looks
sale.
like I'm gonna need a freshwater fishing pole too. I'm not near the ocean no more.
And I want to list both of them, right? And it's going to tell you your listing fee. There is 158 gold listing fee for this item. So listing things isn't free, so make sure you don't overprice them. Make sure you're not listing things that are not going to sell, because you're not going to make money, you're going to lose money, right? You're just going to lose the listing fee, and then you're going to have that trash item pop back into your inventory later. So be smart about what you list for sale. Don't list garbage for sale. Don't list things don't list things for more than people are going to want to pay for them, because you won't gain anything. You're just going to lose your listing fee. All right, one of the true end games to any MMO is, well, it's fashion, right? And you can say that I'm lacking fashion right now, and that won't hurt my feelings. I'm a low-level character on the server right now.
The big purple
I
there.
want to look better. I want to look cooler. And in order to do that, I've got to go and get to a higher level and unlock more cosmetics. But until then,
Hey, I'm in a new area.
you can click on an item, right?
And there's
You gotta go
purple
up.
shit.
One, you can dye an item. You can choose to dye it. If you have
And
dyes
crazy
in your
bugs.
inventory, you'll be able to dye the item a different color. You can see that you got primary, secondary, accents, and tints that you can use. How do you get dyes? Well, you go out into the world and you get fungus and mushrooms and things like that, and then you can turn that into dyes when you get the right ingredients, or you can just buy the dyes from traders. You can also,
I don't know if this is a mistake
change your
or
skin, right?
what
If
I
you
should have
put
did to
gloves,
begin,
something
but
like that, you might know of this as a transmog, right? You can change the skin. In ESO, they were called motifs. You can change the look. So I could change my helmet to this. I could change my helmet to any of the helmets listed here. So there's this one that I'm wearing. I could go to this, which is locked. I don't have it. This one is locked, right? So there's a bunch that are locked. This one looks like it's a cash shop item. This one's here is locked. I don't know how to get it. It says you don't have this item. This item is an account wide, right? So anyway, any cosmetics that you have unlocked will be in here. And then you can also, if you hate your helmet, like I do right now, I hate this helmet, right? I could also choose to just hide it and click confirm, and you wouldn't see the helmet at all. And you can do this for any piece of gear. You can go to your change skin for my chest, right? This is what I'm actually wearing is the breastplate, but I have it set up to look like the swashbuckler coat because I thought that, hey, that looks a little fun. So we're trying that out for now. And maybe down the road, I'll find a cool piece of gear and I will want to show that off instead. And the same thing for weapon skins. If we look at the weapons, we can do this and we can see the various different weapon skins that are available, both in the cash shop and in the game. This is the one I'm wearing. This was a Twitch Prime drop, and then these ones look like cash shop, and I'm not sure what this is. All this to say that you can change the appearance of some of the things you're wearing by simply coming in here to this menu, click the item, and then just choose whether you want to dye it or change the skin.
what's
now,
going
I'm gonna wear
on?
this helmet and I'm gonna pretend like I love it. All right. This game does have the holy trinity of classes. It has your tank, your healer, and your damage dealer. In order to be a tank, you're gonna want to be in heavy armor. In order to be a healer,
Why does it keep wanting to
you're gonna wanna
switch
be
to
in
tech?
light.
Is it trying to go to my
And
mouse or
damage dealer, You're
something?
probably gonna want to be in light or medium, right?
I don't
You're
want to
gonna
tag
wanna
her.
be,
Why are
you're
you
gonna wanna
doing
use abilities
this?
that have taunt gem capabilities on them if you're the tank, and you're gonna want to use the life staff if you're a healer. And if you're a damage dealer, then you're just gonna try to do damage wearing anything, any combination of weapons and skills and passives to do as much damage as possible. Once you get into PvP, abilities that crowd control the enemy become incredibly useful, whether they're slowing them, whether they're grouping them up, and AoE damage is also going to be really nice. So you're probably going to curtail your build to the activity you're doing. The best PvP build won't necessarily be the same as the best PvE build. Just keep that in mind if you're someone that plans on doing both activities. It won't necessarily be a one-size-fits-all thing. Okay, now let's talk about consumables. In the consumables category, we've got health potions, mana potions, we've got food that's going to increase either your stats, your luck, your strength, your ability to mine, right? Food does a lot of things in this game. One of the most important ones is it gives you life recovery. So while you're out in the wild fighting, you're constantly getting health back because of your food. This is really going to help your sustain and your longevity when you're out and about questing. To constantly have a little bit of health coming back in, it means that every time you take a hit doesn't mean you have to chug one of your very, valuable health potions. You can make the cheap health potions and use the expensive ones to turn in for large quest rewards, the board rewards for the town. Sometimes they'll ask you to turn in 10 or 20 potions, and if they're asking for strong potions and you turn in strong potions, that's quite a huge bonus to your XP. It's a nice boon. So feel free to do that and use the cheap ones, or feel free to use these nice big heavy ones when you're doing something difficult or something where your life is in danger. Potions are pretty easy to make, so make sure you're gathering like blueberries and fruits and nuts and all those things that you see out in the world. Make sure to gather those, put those in your bag, and when you come back to the Arcana station, you will be able to create some potions. And the same thing with the travel rations and the light travel rations. They're really, really easy to make, and I highly recommend you always have a bunch on you. This is kind of a free get out of jail free card, one of these, because you can pop one of these. Let's say you get low and you're running from an enemy. If you can create some distance between you and them, you can use one of these as a massive healing potion. It will recover 60 health per second for 20 seconds. That's really a huge heal over time, as long as you don't take any damage. So make sure to get some distance between you and the enemy before pressing your travel ration, and you have a nice heal over time. This is really useful, especially like, let's say your potion is on cooldown, because they have a 30-second cooldown. So if you use your potion and bam, you take another big hit and you're like, I'm about to die. Well, go ahead and eat one of your foods, right? Make some distance, eat some food, and use that as a heal over time. The food is really cheap to make anyway, so don't feel bad about using it all the time. All right, the next thing is housing. In New World, you can buy a house in any town. The first house that you buy, you get a massive discount on. So you can either buy the first house right away and take that discount and have a house somewhere early on, or you can save it and get a nice house later and get the fat discount on the nice house that you acquire later. There's not a wrong or right way to do it. It's up to you. There are some pros and some cons to having a house. And ultimately the pros will outweigh the cons, but early on the cons can be kind of tough. The cons come in the way of property taxes. So if you buy a nice house, you could have to pay as much as 1,000 gold per week on taxes for owning that house. Now, early on, this is quite a bit of gold. Later on, probably not so much, right? So just keep in mind that if you buy a house, make sure you are going to have enough gold to pay the taxes, because if you, for some reason, fail to pay the taxes, you will lose the home and all the money you spent acquiring it. The upside to having the house is it's a free place to teleport to. Remember how getting around this game is one of the toughest things about it. You have that Azoth currency that you're constantly trying not to burn through, but you constantly are. One of the easiest ways to save your Azoth is to have a inn in one town and a house in another town. Don't put them in the same place because it's a free teleport to 2 different locations if you spread them out. You can also increase the amount of storage space you have in town by putting storage containers in your house. That's going to increase how much you can store in that town. You can put incense in your house, give you buffs. There's all sorts of things that come with having a house and owning a house. So it's worth it to have one. It's great to have it in a town that you're going to be doing a lot of things in. Just make sure to put your inn in a separate town from your house. Well, one of the first things that you should do when you jump in the game is join a company. Companies are going to give you access to a lot of group content in the game, from PvP to PvE, to, you know, you're going to be able to join them for defending invasions, for, you know, war, for excursions. You know, there's a lot of stuff where it helps to have a group of people that you're already acquainted with to get into it easily. And it's an MMO, right? Camaraderie definitely helps the MMO experience be even more fun and more lasting for yourself. You'll find yourself playing the game probably a lot longer if you have friends that you jump onto to play with every night, just because you joined a company and you got to know the people inside of it. So definitely consider joining a company sooner than later, and putting yourself out there, talking with them, making some friends, you know, and it could have a night and day impact on your experience inside of this MMO and any other. All right, next let's talk about campsites. If you press Y, this will pop up and you'll be able to place a campsite down. Boom, you click and now it's going to appear in front of you and you're going to be given the option to build this campsite. It's going to tell you what materials you need. Greenwood 5, flint 1. Now, if you don't have those materials on you, fortunately, those are the 2 easiest materials to gather in this entire game, right? So we turn around, boom, here's a flint, aka a rock on the ground. And then greenwood is basically just brush, right? It's just branches. You can also cut down a young tree, but I mean, if you just need a few, right? Now, all of a sudden, I just did those. I picked up those like 2 things, and here I am. I'm putting together my camp. So now that my I thought it wasn't going to work for a second there. Okay, so now that my camp is up, I can use it, right? So I can either interact with this camp or any other fire that you walk up to. You can interact with it and craft.
Maybe I'm not supposed to be here yet.
On you. So when you're making your first set of flint tools, maybe on the beach.
I don't know how that guy's level 2 doing story shit over there.
Just like I just did to make this camp, right? Same ingredients. And build your first set of tools, right? Your flint mining pig, your flint harvesting sickle, your flint logging axe, your flint skinning knife, right? Getting these early is going to be incredibly helpful. And then if you can find some fibers, throw that fishing pole together as well and start leveling these up ASAP. Start leveling them up ASAP. Create these items on the beach the second you spawn. It should be one of the first things you do when you run into that first fire. The other great thing,
maybe I'll run up to the main office.
You're injured and you walk up to it and you rest, your life is going to regen really fast. It saves you from having to use potions or food or whatever, right? It's going to give you health back. Perhaps most importantly is that you can use these as a respawn point. So if this wasn't mine, I could come up to it, even if it was someone else's, and I could do all of these things. I could craft, I could rest, I could set it as a respawn point. But let's say I ran over here and I died, right? When I died, I would get a few options as far as where it wants to respawn. I'd say, do you want to respawn at your camp? Do you want to respawn at the town where you're in is? Do you want to respawn at the other nearest town, right? And if I was way over here, maybe killing this bear, right? This is a long walk, you know, this is 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of walking to get there. So if I'm over there and I die, I don't want to spawn back here at town. So it's a dangerous fight, right? There's this bear in there that's going to maul my face. I want to put a camp down right next to it and then go fight the bear. That way, if something happens while I'm fighting the bear, I trip over a stick, I die, I can respawn at the camp.
Yeah, all I can guess is I'm really not
Camp
supposed
is
to be
kind of
over
like a
there.
safe point. To, you know, if things go awry, you can spawn back at the camp and you can save yourself a long run. Now, they do have a cooldown, so if you die and then you die again immediately, you're not going to be able to spawn at the camp. You're going to have to spawn back at town. So just be aware of that limitation. It's not infinite respawn.
Even though the game's
Just
trying to
open,
tell
so just gotta be
me
careful
I
of
can
that.
be over
Camp
here
is
now,
23,
yada
you get tier
yada.
1 camp to start, and then you'll be able to upgrade
Story
through
quest
some
is
quests.
over there.
All right, the next piece of advice I'm going to tell you is to pick up the stuff that you can grab in town for free. So sometimes there will be honey in town for free. You'll see like a little honey bee nest in town. You'll be able to walk up to that, grab your honey, like this one right here, take honey. I highly recommend you do this every time it lets you. So if you're in town and you can take honey, grab it. It's great for crafting. If your faction owns the town, you can come up to the supply carts and you can grab the materials within. My faction does not own this town, so I can't. I can just look at it.
All right, straight down and out.
Same thing
Let's
with a
go
well,
to
or
our
if there's a
quest.
cow in the town, be
Way
sure
over
to grab
there.
the milk. Be sure to grab the water, and then just go and toss all these ingredients back inside of your shed. It's totally worth doing. You're going to be using tons of all of these things to make some nice items in the game. Some nice food, some nice
I fucked up.
that sort of thing. Okay, now let's take a look at the UI in the game. This is one of the most amazing UIs I've had in any MMO that I've ever
I don't
played.
understand
The
it.
best MMO UI that I've ever experienced. If you press tab, you know, you can see your inventory, and we've pretty much gone over everything in here. You've got your repair, you've got your browse skins, you can see how heavy your armor is, what weight you're at, and how close you are to the next one, right? 23 would have been the weight limit for being medium.
Why is it trying to tell me to
15 was the
talk
limit for being
to this
light. I
person?
need to get a lot more light armor if I want a DPS, or I can stay in heavy if I want to be able to tank, right? In medium, somewhere in between. You've got your encumbrance score at the top here, which tells you what happens when you're unencumbered and what happens when you are encumbered. If you ever become over encumbered, you're carrying more than you're capable of carrying. Your character moves slower and he can't use abilities and he can't teleport. Just be aware of that. You can't fast travel when you're over encumbered. Okay. You can also become so over encumbered that you can't even move, not even a little bit. So this is most likely to happen to you when you're at a crafting bench and you craft a ton of something, or you refine a ton of something that used to
Main
be
road to a
storage
split
now
slot.
in your inventory, and you go to leave the crafting bench and you can't move. This happened to me. I had to have a company member come over and take some of my items from me so I could go turn them into the shed, and then they gave them back so I could put those in the shed as well. Just be out, just be on the lookout for that. Anytime you start crafting tons of things at once, that might happen and it leaves you stranded. If you press O, you can see your friends list and you can see who's online, who's offline, what they're doing. You can click on company and you can see which company you're in, the leader, the name, how many claims they own. You can click and see your members, the rank in the company. You can see the wars that you have going on, the siege windows that you're participating in, and your treasury. If you click on the map, we've touched on what a lot of the things on this map mean already, but you can see your objectives right here, all of them. If you click on that, you can see all the objectives you have. You can see upcoming wars. If you click here, it's going to tell me that there's a war 6 to 6:30 later today. There's a war at 4 to 4:30 today, right? So these are telling me all of the things that are going on and when they're going on, in case I want to participate or in case I'm already participating. You've got resource locations. This is basically like an indicator on the map. If you zoom in enough, you can kind of see. So there's like a forest here. There's a forest area here, this biome. So it's telling you here you can expect to find greenwood. Now, there's much better maps than this online. If you're looking for specific materials, I highly suggest checking out one of the online resource maps. There's a few websites that do it really well. Check one of them out. I'll put a link to one in the description below. But, just know that those might be a little more useful than this because this can be kind of hard to spot one of these on this giant map, like this. Same with the rest of it, right? You're looking for this or this little symbol. It's not that easy, but it's there in case you want to use it. And then your territory standings, we went over this in much greater detail earlier, but every zone you have a territory standing and you level it by doing pretty much anything in that zone. Harvesting, gathering, questing, board missions, board things, right? Like anything in the game in that zone is going to contribute towards your reputation in that zone just about. When you level up in that zone, you're going to unlock passives in that zone, like increasing the amount of storage space, or how fast you gain standing, or how much experience you gain when you're turning quests, right? You can increase all of those things, your gathering speed. So pretty nice to have. Next, we have our journal. This is where you can see every quest that you have going in the game at this moment, right? And here you can choose to pin them. You can click pin and boom. Now it's gonna be one of the quests that you're tracking up here in the top right. You can sort them, you can click on here, you can either just scroll through the list and see all of them, or you can click main story to see the main story. You can click side stories over here to see all of the side story quests you have, right? Or I can just click faction to jump down to my faction missions, and I can pin any one or number of them that I want to. Town projects, same thing. You can see the rewards, what you need, as well as pin or abandon them right here. Very nice. If we go to the character section, we can see our bio. There's my name, there's my server, right? Here's my title, how many points I have in the faction, and how many faction tokens I have. So here's my reputation and how many tokens I have. Territory bonuses, influence 20%, experience 5%. If we click on attributes, we can see our attributes. We can see how many points I have into strength, 165. And if I hover over this, it says of those 165, 61 came from leveling up your character, 16 came from your equipment, and then 88 came from item buffs, things that you're wearing. You can hover over this to see, you know, a little bit of an explanation of how these weapons are scaling. These are primarily scaling off strength. These are primarily scaling off dex, int, focus, and constitution. It tells you constitution is your health. That's all it does right now, is just increase your health. So typically, if you want to be a strength DPS, you're going to do a strength and a bit of constitution. You're going to want to pay special attention to these nodes that you unlock along the way. You get 50% stamina damage from melee weapons, light and heavy attacks, and minus 10% decrease in weight of mined items. So this goes hand in hand with, you know, mining. So if you're strength, it kind of helps you be a miner. If you're dex, it's going to help you with skinning, right? Better at skinning animals. If you're int, saying you're good at harvesting, right? And we're going to give you bonuses to harvesting. Right, it's kind of encouraging everyone to do their own thing, whereas healers, hey, you're also good at fishing. And tanks, man, you can chop trees down better than anyone else. Your weapon mastery. If you look at your weapon lines here, you can see all of them and how they're falling into line here. We've got one-handed weapons, we've got two-handed weapons, ranged weapons, magic weapons, largely scaling off of ints, dex, strength, and dex again. A little bit of strength also. Cool thing is, we already know that Amazon is planning on adding more weapons to this list, so this isn't the end of this. Expect more to be coming soon. I've read a lot about what they might be, but I'll keep the theorizing out of this video. We'll save that for the next one. Trade skills. Here are the trade skills that you have in the game. Remember, there's a nice clockwise circle happening here, right? Where you've got gathering is where you pick up the raw materials out in the wild, right? Chop down the tree, that's logging. You take your pickaxe and you hit that mineral ore, that's mining. You fish out of the pond, out of the lake, that's fishing. You're right. You harvest that bush, and then tracking and skinning. You kill the animal and you skin it. Right. That's like your first stage. Then you take all these materials and you run them through your refining process. Right. You go to the smelter and you smelt that iron ore and you turn it into iron ingots. You take that young wood and you process it. You take the rawhide and you turn it into leather. Right. These materials are being turned into materials that you can craft with. There's like a middle step before you can craft items. Generally, you're gonna have to gather them, then refine them, and then once you have these refined materials, now you can use those to craft, right? You can make a weapon out of the steel ingots and the leather and the wood, right? You combine that leather that you made, the wood that you made, and the steel that you made into a weapon. Same thing for the armor, right? That breastplate, and so on. Then last tab here is going to be your achievements. We've got a long list of achievements to track, and as far as I can tell, these are going to be account-wide, because we had a character on 2 different servers, and the achievements were tracked from one to the other, so that was interesting. But if I'm wrong on that, let me know. But on at least 2 different servers, we had the achievement score tabulating in 2 different places, so that's cool. Store. Here you've got the store, which right now is full of some consumables like dyes, emotes, armor skins, weapon skins, right? Some of your skins and things like that are coming from the store in the game right now. And as of yet, it looks to be purely cosmetic. There's no pay to win or anything like that in here, which is great news. And it'll be interesting to see how they choose to monetize the game moving forward, since it is a buy-to-play game and it's an MMO. MMOs, in order to continue to pay the many devs that are required to produce content for an MMO, servers maintaining them, right? They need to make a lot of money every month. And it's going to be interesting to see how they use this cash shop to make money every month when the game is buy to play, right? All of this is optional, so they're going to have to put some really enticing things in here. And I hope they do it carefully and ethically, right? And we see an amazing cash shop develop here that is enticing without being, you know, without stepping on any toes and stepping into pay to win realms and stuff like that. They've stated that they have no intention of ever letting this game go into pay to win territory, and I believe them. Okay, settings. In the settings section, you have, you guessed it, your settings, right? Your keybinds, your preferences, your gameplay, your visuals. I highly suggest doing a glance through all of these settings and just seeing if there's something that you want to turn on. Most likely there is, right? Most likely there's some pretty cool options in here, whether it's in your graphics, increasing your field of view so that you can see more around your character, right? You can zoom out just a little bit farther if you're the type of person that likes to see a little bit more of your surroundings. Especially useful when you're PvPing. You have that much better of a chance to see someone trying to sneak up on you, right? Yank that field of view all the way over here. And your audio, your communications. This game has an in-game mic system built, right? You don't have to go into Discord. You can now, as soon as you're grouped with someone, you just press V as in voice, right? By default, that is the key. And if you press V, it is going to allow you to talk to the people in your group, and vice versa. They'll be able to talk to you. So if you're in a group and all of a sudden you hear someone start talking, you're not crazy. It's not the voices in your head again. That's somebody in your group. So feel free to take advantage of that system. You've got your social and your accessibility and about. Okay, and then finally we have the game menu here. You can use this to unstuck yourself. If you ever get stuck somewhere in the game, this has happened to me already. It happened to me once. I was jumping down a cliff and I landed between a boulder and a hard place, and I couldn't move. I started to panic, and someone's like, no, just unstuck.
I actually like that.
Unstuck, or you can
I like that. 16,000 though.
get your character out of that bind.
Helmet's kind of weird,
Travel you back in time, like,
but I like the rest of it.
to where you were
16,000.
meters ago or 30 seconds ago.
How much is that?
To me, the time that I used it. You can also
Need
come
10
to
baht.
Alt here in if you don't want to open up the map and do it that way. Submit some feedback, exit the game, and exit to main menu. And if we look at the UI on the main screen, so what are we seeing right now? The game's telling us a lot on this page. Right?
Jackal ain't bad.
We've got our consumables right here. Our first weapon and our second.
Yeah,
weapon.
this one though.
And any cooldowns that they might be going through right now, right? So
I like
there's the
just
cooldown,
about everything
that
but the
weapon,
helmet.
that ability is on cooldown. We've got our mana, our stamina, and our health. If the health bar is
Oh,
one,
no.
it's full. We're good. Okay. If it starts turning
I
red
kinda
and
want it.
going down, well, you're taking
Can't
some
afford it
damage.
right now,
And
but
at
I
the very
want
bottom
it.
of the screen, a lot of people ask, how do I know what level I am, or how do I see how much XP I have? It's right here at the very bottom of the screen. It's
Yeah, you're right.
easy to miss.
I can't see myself like on the
It
motherfucker.
tells you your level down in the bottom left corner, 36, and how far you are to the next level. And if you hover over it, like so many things in this game, if you hover over it, it will give you even more information. You have 614,000 XP total, and you're 27,000 XP away from the next level. So many things. Try hovering over something. If something doesn't make sense, hover over it. It might tell you more.
Didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
Okay? Don't be afraid to try it. There's a lot of extra tools.
What
This is one of
the
the most
fuck?
amazing UIs that I've ever had the pleasure of encountering in an MMO. Really enjoying it. And then there's your chat. Probably the most finicky thing in the entire system is getting used to the chat. One of the first things I highly recommend doing is clicking on the feed window right here, and then click the cog. And here you can decide what you want to be in your feed. Like, this is your normal typical chat that you want to sit in most of the time, right? You might not want to hear like all the people shouting in global and area. You don't want to hear people recruiting people, right? Or, you know, your whole faction constantly talking about battle plans, right? You just want to play the game right now.
What
So you may want
the
some of this stuff
fuck?
muted, and then you want this
Like, a
other
little
stuff.
weird is high ass shit
The
here
people
in
that
a
are
low
in
ass
the
area, but
company, you know, that kind of stuff. So you can fine tune it here to your heart's desire, and I highly recommend taking a moment to do so sooner than later. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna miss a lot of messages because it's scrolling by with like zone chat and other things that you're not really paying attention to, and you're just kind of tuning it out. And that's it, guys, man. I think that is it for now. That is everything you need to know to get started in New World. I hope that this was informational. I hope that you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to let me know down in the comments below that you made it through this entire thing. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give a like and even subscribe if you'd like to see some more New World content. If you ever want to hang out with someone else who loves New World, be sure to swing by my Twitch stream over at twitch.tv/luckyghost. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.
Oh, you all let me climb up there. Oh, can't jump it. How the fuck are you supposed to? Oh, you didn't get low enough, huh? Awesome. That motherfucker just respawn. It's coming for me. What? That was bullshit. I thought I was drinking, huh? Oh, you want to get back out?
Well, you were good. I'll be with that revel. The Night Regent asked me to circle down to the pirate dens further south, see what's happening there. I'll catch up with you at the farm soon enough.
Oh, this bitch actually attacked me? Last time I tried to kill one of these, they just took off on my ass. So I didn't expect him to attack me. That was nice. Alrighty. Like, what did these level up? Nothing. Whee! Bonk. Jesus. The fuck are you? Crazy ass bug?
I cannot express how reassured. I question everything the minister said now. Apparently,
Well met, then. It was not nice enough. I will not raise my blade against my fellow knights, even
If I go here, we get a crit chance.
will give you
Go
the
here.
You'll also need the
Yes.
seals of the other knights to
And
access the secret
congrats.
chamber inside the
Physical damage. What I need for this? 25. I feel like I need. Is this what we need all the way down? Don't need. Don't care. 20% harvest. More yield. Jesus. So this is all about skinning. This one's all about mining. I want that Azeroth harvesting shit. This is just harvesting speed. This is my fishing. I'm actually pretty pissed that fishing is on focus. Logging in, but I wish these were other way around. I don't want to do your side quests, okay? Normally I would. I want to get to the other area. I thought I dodged you, but you know. What is it? I don't mind the grind. Just I'm confused as fuck with these story missions. Like the video we just watched, this motherfucker, because this place says it's 1 to 25. This dude was level 2, and his main story missions were in Everfall. But mine is all down here. I ran up there, the shit wouldn't switch over. What is this? Why is there a green arrow now? 2 quests available. What kind of quest? I wonder what kind of quest that is. But it's like confusing the shit for me, dude. I ran over there and there was nothing. And now there's shit popping up on the map that says over there. There's a bunch of evil fucks. Oh, I thought you were blocking still. Is he coming for me? Oh shit. Yeah, I'm here. I guess I gotta keep moving. Well, I mean, like I said, he was level 2 over there, and it was showing the main story quest markers. That's what made me curious. Like, even the game was like, you should be over there now. Ah, dodge, damn it. Oh, my stamina. How do I get more stamina? I need stamina. When I dodge, look. That's most of my stamina right there. One dodge. Was I not supposed to be up here? I'm gonna just chop away at you, bitch. Chop, chop, chop. This is like getting freaky.
Look how they
But we got a boss.
when they realize something greater than them is at their doorstep. It will be the same with corruption.
Really? I was there. Why can't I fast travel? That's up to you if you want to re-download the game. So out left. Get wrecked. I need stam. I need to get my stam under control. Who the fuck? You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. You still want to fight? Oh. Get wrecked, bitch. Get wrecked. You can't hit me. We just got to keep in mind, I don't know how much I'm playing, say, today. But I'll be on again periodically, always. I want to play the game out. I want to get further. But there's also other shit I play and do. Usually every night I try to end the night with Smite or get back on here. I feel like I shouldn't be running past this iron, but I gotta figure out like stamina consumption. Oh, you played me? You played me? I'm gonna just swing at you. Hmm. I do like how out of combat how fast your health regens. That's nice. Got that bitch ass. No, I don't want water. I want the plant. That figured would give me some nice fishing bait. Stop going after water. I knew it. I knew you would give me bait. I really don't have a freshwater pole. What the fuck? Oil? What the fuck I need oil for? Freshwater bait. Look at all this bait. Man, that's some good bait. We got all kind of bait. That's why I like fishing. I just hate they say focus is where you're supposed to go to if you want to fish. But I'm not no mage, man. Like, in a way, I don't like the way they did that. And why can't you just get those boosts? Damn, that's a nice fish. And why can't you just get them boosts by love when you're fishing? I just sound like something's like.
You ventured. Hey, the minister I was paid. Alright. It is
Oh, you fucking side quests.
the Night Regent has returned to Brightwin, but we
Jason.
can't stop Lochner down here. A scout was sent southward. We should seek them out. Once I dig up my armor, I will join you.
What's the chances I can just run straight? This is starting to. Oh.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Divine, and today... So, starting up first, we're going to go with First Light, which is the southernmost city on the map. Now, let's talk about a few
You gotta be
features this
shitting
city
me.
does have to offer. One of the first features you're going to notice is Sherry the Cow, where you can actually get milk. Then there's also 2 wells where you get details of these cities and their surrounding areas. I'm making this guide to let you know my personal feelings about the starting cities, so if you already know from previous tests and what city you want to start in, then I say go for it. But if you want to know just a little bit more maybe about other areas first, then this video is for you. It's really meant to just... Alright, so up next is going to be Monarch's Bluff, which is going to feature similar town benefits to First Light in the way of Bessie the Cow that you can gather milk from. You're also, again, going to get 2 wells for water. Cities, so up next is going to be Everfall. Now, Everfall was the first starting city that I ever got to play on in this game, and I think there is always something very special about your first starting city in like a big MMO like this, and it's always going to stick with you when you play the game. It's just one of those towns that's always going to feel right and comfortable to play in compared to some of the other starting areas. So to go over a few of the amenities in the city,
How do you just start at another area?
a honey jar, and then a faction supply hide cart. So you don't get a cow in this town, and next is going to be Windsward, so let's check out that town. So with Windsward, this is easily the most popular city, and everybody wants to use it as their starting location, so let's kind of get a little bit better understanding of why that might be. So as for amenities, Windsward is going to have Dottie the cow, which you can gather milk. You're going to get the 2 wells. You're also going to get a honey jar and then a faction fiber supply cart. And then moving right along, we do get a 2,500 gold house, which is right near the town board, which is awesome, so that you can just basically teleport to your house. Now that's a big portion of all my pro. So that's it about the supply crates. Now there is a couple takeaways that I wanted to discuss before ending off this video. And the first is that please note that all this research for items nearby, I'm going by immediate vicinity to major cities. I'm not looking at the entire territory as a whole, unfortunately. I was looking at, you know, fast ways to gather materials.
The good stuff. You then
how
go
close in proximity is
Hello
it to
everybody
the...
and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on how to actually choose your starting point in New World. Now, obviously...
Supposedly, I was supposed to go choose Everfall as my starting city rather than be
randomly allocated, but there is a way that you can then go ahead and make sure that you get to the one that you want to be at, or where your company is, or where your friends are. And I've had a ton of people asking this question in the comments, on my Discord server, loads of people wondering how you do this, so I'm going to make a guide to go through it. Unfortunately, I do not have the exact gameplay to match, but what I'm going to do is show you guys the best possible way to do this through kind of like gameplay and images that are around it, so you guys can get the best understanding possible, so that you can try this out in the beta and see how it works. But basically, it's fairly straightforward and fairly simple actually to be able to do this. So once you've actually hit the first point, you go through the tutorial if you want to, or you can go ahead and skip the tutorial. If you're a min-maxer, you guys know what I mean by that. It's up to you if you want to be able to do it or not. But essentially, let's go off the fact that everybody plays through the tutorial. Once you've defeated Captain Thorpe in the tutorial, you've seen a lovely New World screen that looks something a little bit like this image. And then you fight Captain Thorpe, who is his corrupted version. Now, after you saw him on the beach, he then becomes a big red
aggravated now.
Captain Thorpe that tries to attack you and all that kind of good stuff. You then go out of that loading screen and into New World itself. You will land in one of the starting areas. Now, obviously, if you land in one that you want to be in, perfect. But if you're in one maybe like First Light that's a little bit out of the way, you can actually do something at this point. So what you will do is go and turn in the quest for completing the prologue or the tutorial with the person at the encampment. And then do not accept the quest that they then try to give you. Go off of that, press M and look at your map, and you will actually see that there is a yellow indicator at each of the starting areas. So at this point, you can actually just go ahead and run to whichever one that you want to start your quest line in, and that will then be your starting zone. So you can go ahead and craft all of your tools and all that sort of stuff over there, do all of the starting quests there, and you'll build up a rep in that area. So if you're wanting to get Windsward early doors, Monarch's Bluff early doors, or Everfall, rather than maybe First Light, or or even if you want in first light, you spawn Monarch's Bluff, then you can go ahead, run over to them at that point, just press M and make sure that these yellow indicators are on your map. If you can't see them on the map, then you can't do it yet. You're at the wrong point. You've either gone past it too far, or you haven't handed in the first initial prologue quest. You literally come out of the Captain Thorpe fight, load into the screen, talk to the person with the green marker that ends the quest, complete that quest, and then don't accept another one until you're in the place you want to be. Then you run to the yellow indicated mark, speak to the person at the beach encampment, talk to them, go through all of the prologue quests as normal, and then carry on your journey into New World. Now, it's fairly simple to do, but a lot of people were wondering about this, myself included, for a long while before the last beta where I worked this out. So it is, once you've done it, and once you've seen how to do it, once I've explained it to you guys like this, it should be fairly easy to do, and it does mean that you can kind of meet up with your company if you all wanting to go from one spot, or at least a group of you that are all wanting to level together, or indeed if your company's aiming to take over, say, Windswood, for example, you can all head up there and quest there right from the beginning, so you've got your territory standings up and everything like that, and get all your base set up there so you can get your storage points increased and all of that good stuff. And it does make it a lot easier and more convenient to know that you can actually do this. Now, the reason I'm bringing this video is because obviously you can just delete and rerun your character, but right when the game releases, there's probably going to be server queues because it's going to be very popular, and on top of that, you don't really want to be re-rolling a load of times and getting a different zone that you actually want every single time. So obviously some min-maxers will just say just re-roll the game, but in terms of most players and most people, including myself, when we just log in, we're just going to go for whichever one we're at once we finally get in, if there is a queue, and then this just bypasses going into that wrong zone without having to recreate your entire character, which is really, really nice. So hopefully it does help you out, and for those of you that are planning those starting strategies, hopefully you can all group up together there and do that well. Now, one other thing I just did quickly want to add at the end of this video here is that actually when you do run to a different zone, so if you're not spawned in the one that you want to be on, when you're running across there, you can actually gather the materials that you need for the quest. So bear in mind that it's going to ask you to create flint tools. So if you see flint and you see bushes along the way, gather some of those so that you have got some wood and some flint when you do get there. And of course, as well, if you know any of the other quests in advance that you're going to be doing further down the line, grab those materials too. You could also craft a flint pickaxe while you're doing this, so you can go along and grab some more resources along the way. Same with an axe if you do want to. You will have to do them again for the quest though, so bear that in mind. If you do craft any tools or anything, you will have to do them again. Gathering the resources is a really, really good idea. And on top of that, obviously, you will have to create food, so regardless of whether you've already got that or not, it will ask you to go out and kill the boars, collect the meat.
Come on.
So you'll have to do it in that order regardless of whether you get that beforehand. But things like the wood and the
Trying to see something.
ahead, and then you can go just craft those really, really quickly. So hopefully that does help you out. Hopefully this video helps you guys out in learning basically how you can actually select your starting zone, which is really, really cool because a lot of people have been asking me, like I said, and so I just thought I'd bring a quick update video to that. If you guys have got any more questions,
So New World's finally released, and you're excited to hop you and all of your mates in the same starting area and ready to play New World together. I'll also show you how you can skip the tutorial so you can save yourself a few minutes.
Yeah, how do I skip?
You're automatically placed in one of 4 starting zones: First Light, Windsward, Everfall, or Monarch's Bluff. Unfortunately, you have no direct control over which one you start in. So the hack is simple. You delete your character and create a new one. But the real time saver,
I will do that.
The tutorial. And this is something that's not abundantly clear. After the completion of your first character, hit escape to skip that first cutscene, land on the island, hit escape to open up your menu, scroll over to game menu, and then select skip to New World. And this takes you right into the starting area. This time, I was stuck on First Light, but I wanted to end up in Monarch's Bluff. So I went ahead, deleted this character, came back in.
I had no idea about this.
Skipped the cutscene, skipped the tutorial, and I found myself in Windsward. And in order to get to Monarch's Bluff, I just rinse and repeat. However, that said, Windsward does have a leg up on some of the other starting areas. While generally they all are the same, Windsward has a quest chain that starts just outside of the town for fishing. And it's more efficient to start at Windsward than it would be to start at any of the other 4 areas. That's it for this one. I hope that you're able to get into the open beta, and or if we're at release at this point, and easily be able to play with your friends. I'm Rob. Thanks for watching. And remember, if you found this
Why is it good?
And it's more efficient to start at Windsward than it would be to start at any of the
Why?
other 4 areas. That's it for this one. I hope that you're able to get into the open beta. That said, Windsward does have a leg up on some of the other starting
what?
areas. While generally they all are the same, Windsward has a quest chain that starts just outside of the town for fishing. And it's more efficient to start at Windsward than it would be to start at any of the other 4 areas. That's it for this one. I hope that you're able to get into the open
Just
beta.
because of
Or
a
if we
fishing?
get released-
If your guide is going to help you with this. Now, we're going to be in which town? Q, this is not bad at all. It's going to tick down pretty quick. But when you have fall, and as you can see, it's the start right here, and we want to go to Windsward. So what we do is
Yeah, I want
go to this
Everfall.
first guy, and I'm
You
gonna show
start
you how to
right
do
over here.
this. And once again, this method is for if you are on a
Bruce, are you on this server?
want to sit in the queue each time you recreate your character, and you do this, complete this.
Like-
Guys, do not talk to this guy anymore. Just hit leave like that. And what you'll notice on the map is, see these other start areas have lit up like that. If you want to start in
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Graphic back. We don't have a selector, so you can't choose which starting zone you want to choose or start with in the beginning of the game. However,
We're
I
doing
wanted to
research now.
talk about it because there are, a lot of different people talking about pros and cons.
I had no idea about
we have
this.
Monarchs, Bluffs, Windsward, First Light, and Everfall. So a lot of us have our preferences. Let's jump straight into it.
Everfall seems like it'd be the best.
So we have, like I said, to them. However, they all have that starting zone where you have the main quest kind of in this desert area, and you're going to see these, like I said, in every single territory that is, a possible starting zone. So I'm going to start with the fourth or the worst one to start, really get that starting zone, and that's going to be First Light. First Light, in my opinion, by far the worst starting zone in the game. Foot, by the way, all the way to every single zone to actually unlock that as a fast travel point. So think about this. Realistically, you are going to have to walk from First Light at some point all the way to Morningdale or even Shattered Mountains, fast travel, which is literally on the opposite side of the map. If you, let's say, started in something like Windsward, all you would have to do is walk down here, get the travel point, then you would have this as your starting point to walk up farther. In reality, yes, you are going to have to walk to every single territory, still the same. However, the distance there is, going to be pretty crazy. Like I said, walking from First Light to, some of these different areas for the main quest as well. As you can see, Monarchs Bluffs has some of the quests. Everfall has some of the quests. Windsward has some of the main story quests. And a lot of the times you're going to be going to Hermit's Shrine, as that's the most important spot in the game. That is why, Windsward and Monarchs Bluffs and Everfall are much better, because they're all very, very close to that Hermit's Shrine. And, First Light's not too far away, but you have to keep in mind that it is based off of distance. So you can see here the settlement being in the bottom left. After you go to Hermit's Shrine, or even if you're going to, from First Light all the way to Monarchs, or First Light all the way to Everfall, it's going to cost a lot more Azoth than it would be if you're in Windsward and you're kind of central, or Monarchs Bluffs and you're kind of central. So we're going to talk about that here in a second as well, regarding Azoth and Spirit Shrines.
They change
It
it.
comes down to First Light as well. You're not going to see much of an economy there. Not many people putting much on the market, whether, I guess tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 gear you can kind of find on the market there. But for the most part, like I said, you're not going to find the cheapest prices for the most part, because there's not going to be too much of an economy in the beginning of the game on some of these areas like First Light. Like I said, not the special, huge central area that a lot of people are going to travel to. And because of that, it's going to be in my number 4 spot. I want to jump into number 3. So a lot of people are kind of questioning on what would be number 3. A lot of people, I think, do agree that First Light is maybe the worst. However, Monarchs Bluffs, Everfall, and Windsward, what do I think is going to be the third best? So I think Monarchs Bluffs is actually going to take the third best, because, yet again, it comes into play where economy is not a huge deal in Monarchs Bluffs. You aren't going to find all of the resources you want or all of the gear you want in Monarchs Bluffs, and you have way better of a chance if you guys played the closed beta and open betas. Windsward and Everfall definitely have the most or biggest economy when it comes to trading posts and, finding the trading post and all your gear resources that you are looking for in the trading post. Windsward, Everfall, definitely going to be the main areas to find it. And that's strictly because of how central they are. you have to remember people are going to have to travel to these areas, and people are going to want to be in Everfall and Windsward, even mid-game possibly, because like I said, just being that central zone is going to be very, very helpful when it comes to traveling or
Reds. I see many of. Alright, diving right into this, we first need to skip simple enough. You'll spawn in one of 4 random starting areas: First Light, Windsward, Monarch's Bluff, or Everfall. Notwithstanding the area you spawn in, you must complete your first quest called Soul Survivor. Turn the mission in, but do not accept any further quests from the NPC. You'll reach level 2, and when you look at your map, 4 missions will become available to you for each starting area. Decide which zone you want and head over there on foot.
You say boat your ass all the way to the new zone. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Turn in your quest with the new NPC, and you'll be locked into your new starting area. Congrats, it's as simple as that, and now you can enjoy the game with some of your friends.
Friends. Friends. Okay.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I'm gonna play with my friends, too. Anyways, if you want to be my friend, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me if you did. And before you go, there's one more thing. Demolish that tiny notification bell.
I'm not seeing what they see.
It's reasonably safe at the road in the town of Corinth, but out here, we are on our own.
You'll spawn in one of 4 random starting areas.
Alright, what is up guys, it's Curly Punk. If you want to go back to the previous video to see how to skip well. Alright, so we have started at Everfall. So say I want to start at Monarch Bluffs or Windsward.
What it is, I'm going with the purple people, and I don't want to level the area that's not purple. This way, I'm in the beginning area. I'm leveling up a faction that I'm gonna be in. You know, like. So the storage only goes between purple areas.
And then just talk to this guy.
But I'm not.
Once you've done this, right, you don't want to accept the second quest, press leave. You can see a yellow marker on his name now. So if we go to the map, you can see there's a yellow marker right there. You can see a yellow marker on his name now. So if we go to the map, you can see there's a yellow marker right there. And now we see yellow markers here.
I don't know if I'm wasting my time. Is it worth doing this? I don't know. I'm just trying to do this shit right. Kinda weird you can't change the shit after this.
Over here. And
Everfall considered the best back in 2021. Where we at now? Monarchs. Corner down. You do this.
Yes.
Complete.
Ah, but
And then now there's supposed to be.
at your service.
But I guess you can't do that no more.
Shipwrecks and help those like yourself.
This icon is supposed to pop up in every starting zone. And we know Windsward is a starting zone. What I might do, since Windsward's right here and it's supposed to be the best, like fishing thing, whatever, it's only one simple road in and out. You could. It's in the middle because I want to be in the middle of the map. I might just take a Windsward. I can't believe I'm doing this, but you know. I want it Everfall, damn it. I don't know where Roos is at. I'm doing it. We going straight up. Why are you asking me all this? I got like some bitches up in this motherfucker. It's a big brawly motherfucker. You white. Here's some dark brown. Was that it? That was it. You want the mustache and all. Fucking people streaming YouTube probably like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know why I do this in a lot of games. I like that good start. Start where I want to start. Just like when I play like Pokemon, I'll sit there, grind, and try to get a shiny out the gate. Why is it? It's hard to find info on this fucking game yet. Oh, oh. Tempt me, I'll end stream and sit here for the rest of the night watching TV. Trying to see if I can get my Everfall. Was this Monarchs? Now, it's starting to feel like the other two, this is supposed to be a star location. This is, oh, light, something like Windsward. Wait, I don't even see the other spot.
The city itself, because I know a lot of you guys don't want to be running around all across the territory because
First Light.
people do complain that you. So starting up first, we're going to go with First Light, which is the
Where the fuck is
southernmost
First
city
Light?
on the map. Now let's talk about a few features that this city does have to offer.
It's gone.
The first features you're going to notice is Sherry the Cow, where you had all the crafting stations are kind of spaced out apart. I don't think it's nearly as bad as Monarch's Bluff, but it's not as good as
Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is Small, and today we are talking about the best starting.
It's not First Light anymore.
And of course, when to
So,
move your whole stuff from one.
did they change it? Well, First Light's not even here no more. All right, fuck it. Give me Windsward. You'll take a Windsward. And my ass is starting fresh, and I'll try to bust through the story more than anything. Just a bullshit quest. I'm trying to get the Everfall. I might even skip side quests. Let's see something. Big brother motherfucker. Can't skip this shit. Seven notifications. Just give me one's word. Maybe I'll get Rooster to come over here too. Damn, that's 5:22. About time for me to eat. Monarch's Bluff again. Stop it. Like, just stop it. Why you keep bringing me? Yeah, I'm trying to get that starting location. I'm gonna be on Valhalla. When I first looked up, there was 4 starting locations. I guess that changed. It sucks. Because where I wanted to be was Everfall. But from the sound of it, it's not a starting location no more. So we're gonna go to Windsward. Where's the hair? The fucking green tents throwing me off for a loop. My birthmark. I think it cooked me some more chicken. So probably don't ask you where you want to start. Well, fuck out here. I click that. You fucking dicks. You dicks. You dicks. That's all I gotta say. You know what? Let's try something. I'm gonna leave this character here. Make another one, see if it puts me in the starting area. It will. I was over there earlier. Where's that other face? I don't know what face it was. Yeah, that's that big brawly face. Fuck it. Make it a little darker so I'm not bright as shit. Why am I getting confused with the hair? There it is. Now let's see if it puts me in one word. It put me there earlier, but I was trying to get Everfall. And it said you can be at Everfall. Most New World videos are 2 years old.
New World Eternal.
Him are good. No? We're going good. Hey guys, what the fuck? You wasn't on Valhalla. My old character, when I first got on here, when I was, the day the game released was on Valhalla. And it was here. Just my old character didn't have shit for a start because I got stuck inside a friend's house. Couldn't get out. It's all good. You're just on a different server. I mean, you can always come over if you want. I'm about to end the stream so I can cook. And I'll do more of this offline. And by tomorrow, I'll be set, good to go. And I'll do a hard story plug. I'm just saying. I don't know how far you got. I played when the game first came out, but I got stuck in the house. And then a week and a half after that, I was still stuck in the house. So I never played again. It was bad. I said, I'll do a lot more of this offline if I have to. Because I do need to cook. It's 5:35 p.m. It's about time I eat supper. I think my buddies want to play some Smite tonight. And y'all know I love Smite. I should stream Smite. I didn't stream last night because I wasn't feeling good. And this fucking asshole, bitch ass motherfuckers, put me a motherfucking win word, please. I did get the DLC. I don't know if you got the DLC, Ruse. The DLC that came with mounts and shit. I wish like in other games you could save appearance. Motherfucker! I need to go back in all those YouTube videos and report them. Well, after the past 6 times, if y'all have gave me one's word, wouldn't have been doing this. Guess I'll see y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Son of a bitch. All right, really? I'm going to try it one more time just to see. Probably play some RuneScape tomorrow now. Oh, okay. Well, we off a new world for now. Oop. I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, I'll probably play some Smite, and I guess tomorrow. We still got these games. Hurry up. This is actually not what I want to do. Hmm. Can I not adjust your shot? Fucking ads. I would really like to play this game. I don't have anybody I know playing this motherfucker. Yo, bro, man, appreciate that follow. What's up? What's up? I wonder if Ghost's going to get it. I haven't really talked to any of these people in a minute, but I know Ghost is on. Since we can't play New World for 23 hours. And this was yesterday. This was today. That's on the 9th. There was an error. Okay, no English. I mean, overall, it looks pretty good. About y'all on stream, anybody playing this bitch? $100 days in PAX Day alone.
Completely solo. Holy shit.
What up, boys? PAX Day is an upcoming sandbox MMO.
The fuck? It is what it is. He's living his best life. True.
Built within Unreal Engine 5, and over the last 2 weeks, I've been pretty obsessed with playing it. The game is a perfect storm of my two favorite genres: sandbox crafting and building in a massively multiplayer world. I've completely exhausted all
Let me throw that chicken in the air fryer.
building elements in
I'm
the game,
listening.
and today,
Has he seen our compound? He's seen it, right? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm going to present to you guys my 100 in-game day journey to becoming the most powerful warrior completely solo. That's with no clan, no player trading, and no guides while struggling through this beautiful world. And by God, is it beautiful. But before we get into that, our beautiful patrons and coped out the wazoo Twitch subs and I would love for you to grab yourself a Coca-Cola, because after experimenting with this alpha test, the solo journey has definitely been a challenge. The grind is very real, and by the end of this video, you should have a pretty clear
average MMO enjoyer
idea of the current alpha state of the game, and your feedback can help shape its future. Now, with all that bollocks out of the way, let's begin, shall we?
New frontier.
So the rules for this challenge were quite simple. I have no clan, I can't trade with anybody, and I obviously can't use any guides. I am playing this 100% blind, using my own strategies that I make up in the moment. So you can treat this as the average solo player's experience with PAX Day. The first couple
I think that, like, being a solo experience, a game has to have a good solo experience in order for it to be popular. Like, if there's ever an MMO where it's like the only way you can have fun playing this game is if you're playing with other people, I think that's going to be a big problem.
Hours start off as a fairly traditional sandbox experience. Explore the world, take in the sights, find a place to eventually build the house of your dreams. This first alpha test was broken into 4 maps, and currently there are about 6 main biomes available, all spread across the map and clearly marked. There are also a bunch of points of interest labeled on the map for you to explore that offer a taste of the game's combat. As it stands with this alpha test, combat and PvE are all in a very unfinished state, but the team were transparent about this before the invites even went out. Now,
the combat in this game just isn't good. It's bad, and they know it's bad. They said it's placeholder. They haven't made it good yet. So yeah, any of the combat that you're going to see is going to be garbage. Like what they're really testing, I think, is probably server capacity, how players are interacting together, how crafting is working, and the building systems. That's what I would say.
Much like Ark Survival Ascended, PAX Day is a beautiful example of the potential Unreal Engine 5 has, showing off the intense environmental detail possible utilizing nanites, and of course, the awe-inspiring moments as the dynamic lumen light is projected through the forest and, well...
This is another, like, kind of minor thing that I think about this game, is that I think that, like, this game needs to utilize kind of like an 80-20 rule, with making really exciting, like, trees and shit. Because, like, it's like in New World, what gave New World that exciting texture? Things like blue trees. Things like star metal. Or, like, ironwood and stuff like that. You want to have those, like, really cool objects in the world that make you feel like, yes, I'm in, like, kind of a real world, but there are these fantastical elements to it that make it more special. And I think that's something that games really, really need. And I hope PAX Day takes, like, you know, 20% or maybe like a little bit of the trees and makes their own unique ones that are special and unique to that game.
Everything in real time. It's sometimes quite stunning. But enough gawking over graphics, we'll have plenty of time to do that as we arrive at our home base. A beautiful lakeside settlement would do fine for us, and as the days go by, we'll discover that we've actually found a pretty decent spot with all the resource we could possibly need, all within a few minutes of each other. We officially place down our claim, take a quick lay of the land, and begin the process of preparing our initial basic building. Now, at this point,
Anybody see where he's at? I want to be by water.
Reminds me a lot of Rust or Ark, and in its current state, you'd be correct. But you're now probably wondering, what actually makes this an MMO? Well, PAX Day's World is planning to host up to 7...
Uh-oh. Look where he is.
1,000 players per server, with each section of the map broken into shards capped at 150 people. Traveling out of a shard into a new one is seamless, and later on we'll see some pretty amazing examples of the massively multiplayer element. So strap yourselves in, my friends, because we're only just getting started.
You see that thing next to him, by the way? That's the wall. That's right, we built a wall.
Elements. So strap yourselves in, my friends, because we're only just getting started.
It needs big dinosaurs. Maybe
anybody want to play this with me?
In the scenery was pretty damn satisfying. The gathering gameplay loop is very well designed, and it's pretty easy to get a grasp on without spending too much brain power. You basically
Minor thing is, I hope whenever trees fall down, they deal damage to you, like in Valheim. I think it's just a really cool thing, and it makes fun of everybody knows.
Okay, what he just said with Valheim, resource gathering in Valheim, especially with the trees, the logging, was fucking top tier. Top fucking tier. The way that bitch would fall, and if it hit another tree with enough force, it'll knock that tree down and shit. It'll cause damage, kill enemies, kill you. That was like amazing.
Knows about it.
Walk up to a tree, hold down your left mouse button, and boom, the tree collapses, allowing you to chop it up and gain a decent...
I don't know why it's blurred.
Damage to the tree and access to larger trees increase as you upgrade your axe, so for now, we're happy with our humble stone chopper. But upgrades later will definitely increase our efficiency. For you see, gathering wood is pretty much the bread and butter of this game at all stages. We need to focus on hoarding this wood to prepare that lumber for the eventual house of our dreams.
I also think that having to wait for stamina to do gathering, I feel like I think it feels really bad. It just doesn't feel good to do that. I wish that they made it to where
How old is this video?
And like the stamina that
6 months ago. So shit's probably changed.
you're in combat. Because like
Should I skip through because shit's changed?
The 38th.
A bald arrival.
This day was a pretty special one. After concluding the finishing touches on the house's interior and exterior, the server had a new arrival. The Bold One had arrived, sparking some hype and really demonstrating the massively multiplayer part of this game. We spent this day exploring the Bold One's fortress and the amazing village that they had built. And this is where the game really shines. Everywhere
3 days, you ain't got no horse.
there are buildings around that genuinely cause you to stop and appreciate the player's work. From isolated cottages in the middle.
By the way, I was the one that set all of this up. Because I told them, like, everybody was like, oh, we don't have enough room to make all the iron that we want. And so I said, okay, build twice as many furnaces. And then everybody built all of the furnaces, and now nobody uses them. No, it was we. It was. I was out there farming clay. I was farming clay, and I would carry it all the way up the stairs to the top, and I would drop it off in this guy's box. And you know what? The entire thing is built.
Of the forest to clan-sized, handcrafted villages, all the way up to streamer-led cities, completely dominating huge areas of the map. PAX Day has a fantastic sense of player presence when there could simply be no players nearby, and exploring this world is one of my favorite activities. We spent the next few hours exploring the map and appreciating the buildings that players had built, because this is what this alpha was all about after all. But as we crept deeper and deeper into this game, the lack of a clan or even just one extra teammate really begins to slow our progress down.
It does.
However, the challenge must continue, and I am determined to see how far I can go in this game all on my lonesome.
To be fair, like, we popped
$40
off on this game. Like, we dominated this shit. This was so fun. Yeah, he didn't see
With a fairly solid grasp of the game, our house...
like, y'all didn't see this. We actually built the entire pathway up the entire mountain. And there's a giant Starforge monument at the top of the mountain. And there's, like, a castle that was, like, building off the top of the mountain, off the top of the cliff, like Minas Tirith.
In a very functional state, the processing well underway for all the necessary resources, we craft some basic armor and weapons and try our luck in one of the world's PvE points of interest. Sword and shield in hand, leather donned upon our breast, we venture out towards the closest cave marked on the map.
That looks cool.
The journey there gives us more fantastic vistas.
He's got an axe too. The axe looks goofy, but
Nanite tech to render buildings impossible distances away, and
Isn't that incredible? Like, I feel like something like this wouldn't even be possible 10 years ago. It's amazing that it's like the level of quality here.
probably what?
I swear to God, I've been farming. I swear, I've actually been farming. Like, I have farmed bags and bags and bags full of clay and iron ore and stone. Absolutely. Do we all remember him? I don't want to hear this shit. Okay? Paid actor? No.
And nonchalantly chugging our limited potions. However, we did not come here prepared for what the game was about to throw at us. And pushing deeper and deeper into the cave, we met demonic imps, corrupted wolves, and the corpses of many who dare venture these dark halls. Reaching the boundaries of a cave, a barrier stand before us.
What you barking for?
A particularly difficult fight against 3 imps at once, we're met with the treasure trove that they were guarding. An underground ruin, untouched by adventurers and teeming.
Wait, what? This is a whole underground ruin? Holy fuck,
What are you doing now?
I saw this.
With loot, no doubt, we steel ourselves and approach.
Oh my god.
Gotta be careful with the pools, boys. Gotta be careful with the pools.
Hellion!
It's a
we
demon!
never encountered those.
Oh my god, he just me up from miles away.
Smart.
That's all the damage you doing?
Run, bro. Oh, there it is. There it is. Get his ass. Get that potion. He gonna die. He dead. Oh. should have had the potion.
Clearly unprepared for soloing the challenges awaiting us, we get back in our lane and prepare to craft the best possible armor and weapons the Alpha has to offer. But this too would prove unwelcoming to our humble single pair of hands, as the required wood, leather, cloth, and ore needed to craft such equipment quickly becomes a much more daunting task than expected.
See, you have to understand that, like, in our guild, everybody has full gear. Everybody has full gear, everybody has everything. It's not a big deal.
Gathering for coal had become a chore that we do on the regular to maintain our ore processing, and because of our location, we had a comfortable amount of trees nearby to fill us up in no time at all. But keeping our coal supplies stocked would become a simple matter in comparison to leather. But again, because of our location, there was a large, indefinitely spawning rotation of boars and bears nearby to fill up. This, I would say, was what I spent the majority of my time doing, watching streamers or YouTube videos whilst I processed the materials needed for either leveling up or crafting itself. To get cloth, you needed to find a comfortable respawning...
Yeah, this is definitely a game that's better played in a group. Like in Valheim, I think it's very easy to play Valheim solo and to be totally fine. But I think this game definitely, and I don't think that's a bad thing either. I think it's good because you want to have an MMO. Like, this is the... So, like, remember what year?
An 40-minute gameplay session didn't even yield enough for me to acquire 4 cloth. But this, my friends, this is just the beginning. The real struggle was iron. Currently in the game, you can gather raw iron at spots outside of your home valley, and filling up your inventory takes about 35 minutes. Unfortunately though, the gameplay around this consists of pressing left mouse button the whole time, and each node only yields between 3 to 6 iron ore each. On top of that, to use this ore for the armor we need, we required steel. Currently, you can process 3 batches of 45 iron into 9 pure iron ore, then
Now can you guys see why we needed all those forges?
Jeez, dude.
Someone. One full inventory would yield you about 8 bars, and in the spirit of continuing this challenge, I did this grind about 8 times for a total of 64 steel bars, all of which were put to good use and eventually...
Oh my fucking god.
...rest before we commit to that.
Valheim iron grind? Yeah, exactly.
As our final day dawns, chests bulging with materials desperate to be crafted into high-tier gear, I felt nothing but...
I love the looks of it.
...as I approached my armor-smithing bench. Much like before, though, I have to admit to you guys that the process of getting to this point and up to got me to level 33.
It's 27. Difficulty very easy, so... No! 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 What's he worried about happening?
Unfortunately, RNGesus did not smile upon us that day.
He failed.
He failed the craft. Fuck.
Mark and Beret overcome.
I want to play this more and more. I want to play this more and more. I want to play this. I want to play it. 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 I want to play.
Today, we're going to be providing the ultimate beginner's guide for PAX.
I want to play. It's $40 though. I don't know. I got $40 right now.
I can based off the 70 hours that I've put into this game, in a variety of tests to share with you the best way to optimize your time. All right. Now, first things first, guys. I need you guys to really soak this in. This game will be different than any other game you've played. It's easy to look at this game and assume it's like other games, but it's not. And it's something that you just have to feel. Now, with that being said, this is not a solo game. Can it be done? Yes, but I wouldn't wish that pain on anyone. Okay? So now when you understand that, the depth of you being able to streamline processes is going to rely on you being part of a community greater than yourselves. Now, from my experience, this is not toxic like other games where you just feel forced to have to do stuff just to get things done, right? And as a soloist player, usually myself, I completely understand that sentiment. But in this game, everything that you do is a part of a larger whole. And with that, the contribution to that larger whole actually feels really, really nice. So in order to get the maximum effect from this game, I highly recommend being part of a crew. Now, once you guys get out of that and you guys get into the game, the first thing you guys are going to want to do is touch everything. Okay. Now, the reason why I say touch everything is because how you're going to learn recipes and resources is literally going to be from picking things up. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you get into the game is pick up a stick and a rock. This is going to unlock your basic fundamental recipes, specifically the ability to...
Will that not work? What?
Once you have a construction hammer, what you can do is you can then place your
It did
plots.
work. What?
Once you
Why
place
didn't
your
it work?
plots down, then it's going to allow you to build. Now, before you guys get to building, because you guys are able to place your plots down, please make sure you check your map and make sure that you are building near little rocky areas. You'll be able to identify these on the maps by, like, you know, little rocks per se, because in these areas you'll be able to have access to higher tier resources, and the closer you are to higher level zones, the more stuff you'll have access to. So keep this in mind, right? These are all basic things, but these are things that we didn't recognize in the very beginning. Okay. Now, once you have an area or areas, depending on how many plots you've purchased, you can now continue to flesh out the beginnings of your first base. Now, the direction you go from here is going to be entirely up to you. If you're going to be starting a clan, you can press O for social and create a clan, or you can find a clan to join if you're looking to be part of a community. Once you are part of a clan, everybody's dots should turn blue if they're on the same instance, I guess, as we would call it as you, but you should be able to detect your clanmates from anywhere, all right? Now, once you guys have done that and you guys have started to build your base, I need you guys to understand a few things. If you guys are running with a team, it's very important to understand that you guys should select your professions accordingly. Some of the most important resources in the early game are going to be wood, flax, any type of hide and meat from animals, and iron. Okay, so these four things specifically are really going to catapult your progression. Now, as you go through this, guys, understand that when you guys start to get into hunting it will be tough. You'll be able to craft a pointy stick and, you know, get rolling, but after you get your pointy stick and you get out there, if you're by yourself, you're gonna run into some issues because these boys...
All right, y'all, I'm gonna end stream here. We're downloading some shit.